Welcome everyone to the Right Body for You Facilitator Showcase. Today we have the beautiful and magical Isha Bawa. Am I saying that? Yes, yay! On, and she is going to be talking to us about the topic of communication. So I just wanted to read her bio quickly. Isha is an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator and a Right Body for You Facilitator. She lives in New Delhi, and she empowers people around the world using the tools of Access Consciousness. She is someone who has always seen the sparkles of life, probably because she has sparkle of life, and always seen life from a different perspective. She has clients all over the world and has empowered people to create beyond depression, anxiety, abuse, money problems, self-esteem challenges, and many more. What if there could be a world without any separation? What if it's time to be that now? Thank you, Isha. So great. And just to let anyone, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so excited.
Yay, us too. I just want to let any of the listeners know that if they do have a question for Isha, you can either write it in the chat, you can raise your hand, and we'll let you ask it in person. And here we go. So, Isha, you chose communication. So what inspired that? What drew you to that topic?
So I'm going to start with saying that I'm someone who has actually never had any communication with my body for years. So that is exactly what drew me to this topic. Because when I finally started realizing that and wanting to change it, it changed everything. And the funny part of it is that I might have bought into the idea of not communicating with my body, but I feel like that's not true. We all communicate with our bodies since the very beginning in our own ways. And we label it as body language a lot of times.
Oh, so would you tell us maybe a story or a situation where you said at one point you had thought that you had no communication, and then you learned that you did, and also how to communicate. So can you give anyone who's really brand new and they're like, I don't even get this communication to my body thing, what is this? Maybe a really nice place for them to start?
Absolutely. I would love to say that, like I was saying, everyone has been communicating with their bodies from the start, but we expect it to look very different. We expect it to look a certain way, and we've decided that when we're going to be communicating with our bodies, it's going to look pink, and it's going to have a unicorn on it, and there'll be rainbows and fireworks in the background. But if it shows up in a different package, we'll just reject it, thinking that it's not communication. But that's not the case. Everyone communicates with their bodies in their own unique ways, and I know, like, since the beginning, where's my pink unicorn? Since the beginning, since the start, I remember whenever I used to walk into the room and all, I've always been told that my body language is really loud. Whenever I was angry, when I was upset, it's like, oh my God, what's going on? I used to be like, nothing. But people used to be like, what's happening? Tell us, your body language is so loud. And at the same time, when I was really excited, happy, having fun, my body would express that. And I labeled it, I thought it was just body language. And I think that's a great place to start for people who think they're not communicating with their bodies. We express a lot with our bodies way more than we think we do. And our body is talking to us way more. And we do listen to it a lot. Something simple as, I'm not comfortable in this dress, or I'd like to change my sandals, or even just looking at the menu and saying, I don't know why, but I feel like having this dish today. That's all communication.
Wow. So, is there a myth about communicating with your body? I mean, you talked about that maybe you thought there would be a pink unicorn or like fireworks, which I love. Is there any other myths that you notice other people are stuck with regarding communication with your body?
Yes, a lot of people, I think we were talking about this in the previous hour too. A lot of people wanted to show up before they've even finished asking a question. And if it does not show up, then they not ask the correct question, or their body just doesn't want to talk to them. But that's not true. You will get and here's the thing: we're looking for an awareness, not an answer. And and a lot of people like an answer, a conclusion. But if we actually shift that energy to be willing to receive the awareness our body is willing to gift us, it would be completely different, because and it's a 10-second increment, right? Things are changing every 10 seconds. Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit more about every 10 seconds? Like, what does that look like when you're communicating with your body?
Okay.
I think most people kind of have the sense of like, you start like, this is how it works. And once they figure out how it works, then they're like, okay, I found the answer. And yeah, I'd be so to hear what you know about every 10 seconds and how that
looks. So everything has energy, right? The table has energy, sofas have energy. I'm energy. I'm a different energy than I was yesterday. The same way our bodies are a different energy than they were yesterday. And expecting our body to want or desire or ask for what it was asking for yesterday is just another expectation and a conclusion. But if we're willing to ask our body and be in, and here's the thing about actually being in 10-second increments, you have to be willing to ask your body every 10 seconds, and your body could probably just go ahead and choose what it was like 10 seconds back. But if we are willing to ask our body what it would like 10 seconds later, then even if we are choosing what we were choosing 10 seconds ago, it's still going to be a different energy, a fresh energy. It's not going to be drab. It's not going to be something like we're doing out of compulsion, or something that we chose out of pressure, or anything at all. It's going to be because out of just choice, because in these 10 seconds, that's what I like. And that's what my body is asking for too right now. And another thing is about communication. A lot of times we like to talk at our body. Body, I don't care what you want, we have to do this. I told my body we have to do this. I don't care what it wants, etc., etc., etc. Thinking we've asked a question and we've just told our body and ordered it into quote unquote believing what we believe. But those are just points of views. Those are just our points of views that we'd like our body to buy into. But our body has a consciousness of its own. And the funny part is, when I heard that for the first time, I was just like, what does that even mean? Because coming from a person who's always rejected her body for years, it's just like, what? Our body is a conscious being? That's strange. And it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be so much fun. I've actually had so much fun communicating with my body rather than at my body. When I'm communicating with my body, I'm actually willing to ask it to show me where, something as simple as, body, where would be fun to sit? Who would be fun to talk to right now? Who can we go hang out with? And just engaging, the element of engaging with your body. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just the willingness to engage with your body, and the willingness to see everything that your body is asking for with absolutely no point of view. And pardon talking our points of view of what it should want.
So that was a beautiful example of talking with your body. Where would you like to sit? Who would you like to talk to? Can you give us an example of what it looks like to talk at your body so people can see the contrast?
Yeah. Talking at your body is something, it's like, okay, we'll probably start with, okay, body, what would you like to wear? But somewhere deep down, we've decided and concluded and judged this certain dress to be the perfect one, or a certain outfit to look the best on us. And but if your body wants to wear something else, you're just like, oh no, no body. Sorry, I know, I'm sure that is just a judgment. I'm sure that's someone else's point of view. I know my body wants to wear this because this is just the best. That's that's ordering your body into believing what your points of view and what your judgments are of what is best for it.
Well, thank you. So you have some sense of some point of view that you're imposing, and you're ordering your body in some way, even if you have a question attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just like a sentence with a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Concluding with a question mark.
Yeah. There's a question here in the chat. So Gabriel asks, Gabriel the Great asks, what about people who can't multitask? How can they get anything done, have a conversation, etc., if they're constantly asking their body stuff every 10 seconds?
Okay, so first I'd like to ask, is it true that you can't multitask? Us as humanoids, you as a humanoid, oh my God, have the capacity to do and be it all. That's the beauty of being. Like Dean says, when you're being you, the beauty of being is that you can do and be everything. It's not lying on the bed and being like, oh, okay, I'm just being. But it's being and doing everything. And this is actually quite awesome, because we all buy into this point of view that we can't do it all. And your body is such a phenomenal gift. If you're willing to include your body in each and every aspect of your life, each and every moment with you, you'll realize it may seem like a task in the beginning, but the more and more you involve your body with you in every aspect, every moment of your life, you'll realize how much more ease you have with actually doing everything together at once, or every 10 seconds, whatever may work for you. But there'll be so much more ease, because if we are not involving our body, we're also going into fighting against it, because our body has a capacity and a gift, and it would like to gift to us and be a gift with us and create a life with us. But the more and more we fight it and fight against it, that's more of that actually takes up more of our energy, and that's what actually drains us much more than us inviting our body to create a life with us. And the more and more you invite your body with you, it's a lot of ease. I would just say try it once and you wouldn't want to stop.
That's so great. Isha, so we're looked at communication with asking questions of your body. Are there other ways? So if you're at every 10 seconds, you might not be having thoughts or asking, but are there other ways that you are having a conversation or communicating with your body that isn't necessarily like asking it individual questions?
Yes. So our body communicates with us in a lot of different ways. One of them is asking a question. Also, there are pictures. You might just get a flash of something, and you just be like, where did that come from? It's quick, it's fast, it's airy, it's not heavy, it's not solid. It's an awareness of something that your body is asking for. And a lot of times when I have realized when I don't like being in a situation, when something is heavy, when something is not expansive, my body becomes more solid. So that's also where your body communicates with you. And then when I know I've let go of something, there's like a tingle shiver down my spine, which is a particular one. I know I've let go of something. And then there's another one when I'm willing to ask a question, I'm willing to take like one step forward, and my body is so grateful for it. There's another sensation that it shows up as. It's and that's just for me. It could show up as completely different for different people. So there's sensations and feelings that your body may feel, um, and then yeah, pictures, glances that may just come to you, flashes that may come to you. That will be, and that it'll be so quick because it's not a judgment. It's not solid. It's not real and defined. It's quick and it's light.
I love that. And Isha, you mentioned just really briefly, like a minute ago or like 10,000 years ago, that you're with the body was having a preference, not a point of view, but you didn't really go into that. So I'd love for you to expand a little bit about that. Like, because if we're not supposed to have a point of view, why the heck are we even asking our body questions? So if you'll expand a little bit more on that, I'd love that.
Okay. So yeah, your body has no point of view. It has no judgment. We have a point of view of what we want our body to even ask for. But your body may ask for, like, it may prefer something. But if we want to give it something else, it's not going to have a point of view about it. It'll just go with it. It might not create what it would have created if we would have actually chosen what our body would have asked for, which is fine too. It'll still create something. But yeah, like I remember what Gary said at the Right Body for You facilitators, when I was just like, my body is so different every second, and it's so weird because whenever I look at it, it's so different. And Gary said, yeah, because when you look at your body, you're not looking at your body, you're looking at all the judgments that you have of your body. And then your body changes itself and morphs itself into fitting into those judgments of what you've decided your body is and what it should be. So even though it may prefer something completely different, it may like to be something different, which most of the time, if we are willing to choose, it can totally expand our world. But it'll also show up as what you have decided it should show up as, because your body has no point of view. It's going to change itself. It's going to morph itself into fitting into your judgments, into fitting into what you would like it to be. So because it has no point of view. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask is, will you explain a little bit more the energy behind the difference of your body preferring something versus your body having a point of view about something?
Okay. So if I'm asking, say for instance, I'm asking a question like what we were talking about body, what would you like to wear? Who would you like to talk to? Where would you like to sit? I remember when I was on a flight, I was traveling somewhere, and I asked my body, where would it be fun to sit? That's asking your body what would it like? What is its preference? Now I may have a point of view that I want a window seat, or else I want an aisle seat because that's going to be more comfortable for me. That's going to have more space for me, or because I'll be able to look out of the window, whatever that is, whatever my point of view is, based on what it was last time I traveled or what my friend told me. Which I have bought into. but if my body has a preference of something completely different, it's going to be like, here, let's go here, let's have fun here. And if I'm willing to play with that, it can be so much fun, like I did when I did ask for it. And what showed up was, and I had no expectations. I was just like, okay, whatever, fine. Not my favorite seat, not my favorite place. Fine, I'll go there because I want to see what this creates. So I sat. And what showed up was the person who was sitting next to me. She and I actually got into the most amazing conversation. We had such a fun conversation. It had nothing to do with looking outside the window. It had nothing to do with our leg space. It had nothing to do with how much sleep I got on the flight. But we had so much fun talking, and she spoke to me about and it was such a different conversation than what you expect to have with someone on a flight. And I spoke about what I do. She spoke about what she does. And then we had this energy of contribution going on, where what she was saying was contributing to my world, and what I was saying was contributing to her world. not something what you'd expect to receive on a flight. But because I'm willing to go with what my body would prefer rather than what point of view I've decided my body should have, it created something so beautiful that I still appreciate so much.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's amazing.
It was so fun.
My cat sat on my mouse again. Okay, sorry.
Aw.
She does that. All right. Do you want to ask one of the secret questions, Cassie?
Yeah, there's some good ones here. Okay, Isha, if you were an animal, which animal would you be?
A dog. Or a peacock.
Or can you be a dog and a peacock? Can you imagine a dog with just the beautiful feathers?
Oh, imagine that. With the sparkles and the fireworks in the background.
Totally.
I almost asked the fairy tale question, so.
And I have to
Brought
talk
it
about
in.
fairy tales. Can we talk about that? How I had this point of view of how life should be a fairy tale, and basically that comes from a lot of spiritual points of views. Maybe I know mine did, and how oh my god, and so many orders come with that, and the number of orders that I put on my body, thinking that the fairy tale and the spiritual aspect was all that is needed and required for me to be happy. Um, and and you know that aspect of your body being wrong, terrible, awful, mean, and vicious, and your being the ultimate to everything, the source to get it all. And once I actually let that go, oh my god! Once I started involving my body and realizing that my body is actually not a limitation. My body is a capacity. It's a gift. The more I talk with it, the more I receive information from it, the more I'm having fun letting go of the fairy tale. And the more, and and then we expect this whole fairy tale to show up, and the amount of pressure we put on our body to go into anything it would like other than a fairy tale, it can show up as so many different things, as um, your body going into, like, you going into a low but you don't know what that is. You're going like depression, anxiety, panic. All of those things is when you're, a lot of times that happens when you are not willing to hear your body, what your body is wanting, what your body is willing to ask for, what your body is willing to contribute, and you just keep shoving, like you keep shoving your point of view at it. It has so much of order that the more we're willing to let go of that energy of order and willing to talk with our body, and it's like a friend, right? If you have a friend, if you have a best friend sitting next to you, what would you like her to do? Would you like her to order you all the time? Or would you actually like her to involve you in the conversations and actually ask you a question? It's so similar to that. And the more we get acknowledged for our acknowledged, not judged, but acknowledged for our greatness, acknowledged for our capacities, the more we expand, the more we're willing to take that one step further. But if our friend is only ordering us and judging us, we might, okay, our body will not reject us. Our friend may reject us and say, like, bye bye, but our body will never reject us. But it'll just keep getting ordered and getting limited. And the funny part is, it's not about asking 50 questions until your body reaches that space of wow. The willingness to ask just one question is such a start to that space we're willing to go, and that space we're willing to be and asking for. And it's as simple as touching your arm, feeling it, and saying, I'm not even saying anything, just being an energy of gratitude with our body. That's communication too. It doesn't have to be verbal. It doesn't have to be words, because language is language is there. But when a baby's born, a mother knows when what cries for what. Okay, now this is a diaper cry. Now this is a food cry. Now this is a sleep cry. Now this is just a random cry. That's all energy. That's just energy. And we all know energy, irrespective of whether we've decided we do or not. We all know it. And we don't need words, or we don't need a language to communicate with our body or define it.
So beautiful. Isha, did you create an action for our listeners today?
It's actually be willing to wake up in the morning, have replace the judgment when you look at yourself in the mirror. Instead of the judgment, replace it with the energy of gratitude. Because the first thing when we wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is we look at ourselves and we judge ourselves left, right, and center. Oh, yesterday I was looking like this. Today I'm not looking like this. I thought I'd be looking like this. I did a diet yesterday. It's not worked out well. Oh my God. but if you just caress yourself and give yourself a hug and say good morning instead of waiting for someone else to do it, if you're willing to be that with yourself, it can be a completely different space.
So you're almost saying, like, the moment you wake up, start communicating with your body. Good morning.
Yes.
Right away.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Because, oh my God, we have been trained for so many years. As soon as we wake up, we go into judgment. So what if instead of going into judgment, and if we do, it's fine too. That's okay. We all are doing the best we can. But what if we just replace that judgment with the energy of gratitude? Even if a judgment comes up, don't judge yourself for judging your body. Just replace it with the energy of gratitude. That's it.
Would you tell us, what's your Right Body for You story? How did you stumble across it?
When I got into Access, I was in awe of everything, of all the wonderful. I still am, but I was in awe of everything, because this was the first place I heard that your body is not a wrongness, and I have heard other stuff, also other spiritual aspects to life, and none of them spoke about body. Everything just spoke about, everywhere they just spoke about, once you leave your body, then you'll be then you'll reach some space of enlightenment. But when you have a body, then that's a challenge you have to overcome. You have come into this world with a body. You've come to overcome your challenges and learn XYZ, and your body is your biggest limitation. And then I hear Access saying, no, your body is your biggest capacity and your greatest gift. And there in itself, I was just like, wow. And then I stumbled upon the book, Right Body for You. And I remember, and I was not even a BAS facilitator, and I had not even, oh, 1 second. I had not even chosen to take up Access as my work, as my profession back then. I was just doing it so I could overcome some challenges that I was going through back then and just have fun in life. And then I looked at the Right Body for You book, and I said, if I ever choose, I will definitely choose this. After I become whatever it is, this is definitely going to be it. And then I was waiting one day, that one day, once I reach somewhere, once I make enough money, once I do this, once I do that, then I will become. And then I was just like, fuck that shit. No. And I was just like, I want to step up. What can I do to step up? I remember sitting, I was like, what can I do to step up today? I was just like, choose the right body for you. remember Googling when is the next right body for your facilitators. No, in 5 days. Okay, what are the prereqs? The prereqs were right body for your class. I was like, when does it start? Oh, tomorrow. Okay, I'm going.
Wow. Going from India to Houston, Texas, United States. Not just like, I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to go from India to Houston.
It's been so fun. And it's been so fun because that was actually, that was the first moment I actually was unwilling to take no for an answer from myself. I was just like, no is not an answer. And I will be whatever it takes. I will be whatever is required to be. And if it is required to lose something, I will lose that too. And I will be there. And I was willing to lose it, but I chose to just outcreate it.
I love it. I just love that story.
I know, me too. I just keep reminding myself of that story whenever I'm like, if I ever choose 2 seconds of pathetic, I will just remind myself of that story.
And if you forget, contact me or Cassidy. We'll remind you.
Thank you.
Or play this part for you. Remember when you were like, I'm going to the US tomorrow.
What else?
What else is possible? I love that. So, I know we've had some things in the chat and other places. A lot of people think like, oh, my body's mad at me. It's not talking to me. What would you say to somebody who's like, I'm willing to talk to my body, but my body's not talking to me, or it's mad at me? What tip would you give them, or tool would you give them for communicating with your body with somebody who has that going on?
I would start with asking them if they're looking for a pink unicorn in their backyard. Because decisions, conclusions, judgments, separations, rejections, that's all of it. When you feel your body's not talking to you, when you feel like your body's angry with you, your body has no point of view. It's like it just doesn't. As much as we may want it to be angry with us, it's not going to be. Sorry. And in those moments, you might want to ask yourself how much you're judging yourself to have rejected your body in the past. And if that is a yes, how much gratitude can you instill in that area of judgment? And what will it take for you to see yourself from the eyes of no judgment? See yourself from the eyes of the infinite being you truly are, not from the finite pile of shit we keep making ourselves out to be.
I love that. I love that. Because it is, so many people think we're at war with our bodies, and you're inviting us to communication. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you have a fun story of like, I know that like the plane one was a great thing, but it's like that something your body communicated to that you were surprised at?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, lots of things. But I could start with this one because for the longest time I thought I had decided that I hated to exercise. And the surprising thing is our body loves movement. That's what's surprising. Okay, let me just start there. It's very surprising to me that my body loves to move. And I was just like, oh, my body hates to exercise. My body hates exercising. I'm not going to exercise. I cannot go to the gym. I'm just not going. It hates it, full stop. And until my friend called me and she loves running in this place in Delhi. It's called Lodi Garden and it's really beautiful. And she's like, I'm going for a run. Do you want to come? And I was like, okay, I'll come, not for the run. I'll just come to hang out with you. And I ran over there for 2 hours. I mean, not nonstop, but like I ran. I ran, we chatted, and I had so much fun. I think what I loved the most, what my body enjoyed the most was being in connection with the earth over there, that I got way more than being at the gym. For me personally, um, I had decided my body hates exercising, but my body actually, and what is it? I had defined exercise as so many different things, but when I went out there in nature and I actually jogged over there and I had fun and I moved, it was so amazing. It was so surprising for me. I actually wrote it down and I sent it out to everyone I knew. I was just like, oh my god, conclusions. It's a conclusion, okay? Never conclude. Ask your body if this is a conclusion. If you've concluded this is it, look somewhere else. Never conclude. Ask a different question. And dancing is movement too, and I love to dance. I had just decided exercise was movement, and what was exercise that I had decided that's actually not.
That was actually my question, Isha. So what is the difference between exercise and movement?
And movement. Um, for me, I think exercise has such an energy of doing, um, such an energy of, I have to do this. I have to, and yeah, just I have to. Whether and pain and suffering. Yuck. I hate it. But movement is more fun. It's like the energy of SOP. It's like it's the willingness to go where the energy takes you. It's hey, today I want to dance. I'll dance today. Tomorrow I want to climb on ropes and do aerial dance. I'm going to do aerial dance tomorrow. Day after I want to run in the park. Or garden, whatever. I'll go run in the lawn. And then I want to swim, or else I want to take a bubble bath. Whatever that is.
So that's so awesome. And throughout this interview, you've brought up order. You brought up the word order. And would you say exercise has order applied to it?
Yes,
often?
Totally. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Absolutely. Exercise is order.
So then the space of movement for you, is more of the chaos of choosing every 10 seconds.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's such a beautiful place, space to being willing to ask your body every day what it would like. And oh my God, I want to share one more thing. I had, so I also, now that I've started asking my body lots of questions, I have fun with different things. So I got a personal trainer home to train me at home. And he's amazing. He's fun. He's nurturing. And for me, he's a space of ease. I don't want to say comfort, because comfort is like not willing to outcreate yourself, but this is an energy of willing to outcreate myself with a space of ease, with him being my trainer. And I remember I was doing crunches at home, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so terrible. And then I asked a question: how does it get better than this? And I swear to God, I was like, wink, 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 up and down. And I was like, what's going on? I'm just not stopping. I was like, okay, and I talked to my body, how much fun can we have? And then I just wouldn't stop. And then he was also like, wow.
Wow.
So fun, yeah.
So did you communicate with your body when choosing or asking for this trainer to show up?
Not cognitively, but now when I think of it, I was playing with different energies. I had a trainer. I was choosing whether to go to the gym or not. I was choosing whether to run in my backyard or not, whether to go to the lawn or not, whatever, different choices I was giving myself. And then it was, and when my trainer came, he was such a space of being willing to play with my body, being willing to see what my body requires, not based on what he's decided he has to give me, not based on what he's decided I should get out of that session. He's willing to go where my body is willing to go and not force his points of view on me. And that was just beautiful. And the fun part is, when I started with him, the more I would work out with him, the more I would make money.
Say what?
Oh my God. My inflow doubled, if not more. I was having so much fun.
So are you
I am
saying,
having so much fun.
yeah, so are you saying communicating with your body and actually listening to its preferences might make you more money? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, it might. Yes, it will. It definitely will. Because wealth is again something we have a point of view of, our body does not.
Cool.
And the more you're willing to play with your body and communicate with your body is just like, okay, let's create more money. And even if we walk into a store and we've decided something is way too expensive, if you're willing to ask your body if that's what it would like, you can always ask your body to create the money for it. And why only limit it to us buying it for ourselves? Where do the possibilities of gifting go? Ask your body to create it. Ask your body to actualize it with total ease. Someone may gift it to you. You may suddenly earn way more or get an inflow of money exactly of that much. Where have we decided it's not possible to gift our body what it would like, where wealth is concerned, where whatever the energy of wealth, and the energy of wealth is not only things, it's not only clothes, and it's not only jewelry, and it's not only the things we buy. It's the energy we are being. I would say the energy of being no point of view is an energy of wealth with your body. It's an energy of such a space of gifting and receiving. That is the energy of wealth for me. And that's also the energy of generosity. If you're willing to gift something your body is asking for. If someone is standing next to me and my body, and that's funny because my body could be like, I want to give this person a hug. And I could buy like, I would buy into the thought of me wanting to give them a hug, but it could be my body giving me the information that, hey, probably this body could do with some nurturing in this moment. Or if I want to be nurtured tomorrow, my body could be giving so many bodies different points, different information about what I would require. That's
Wow.
the gift of communication, of bodies, not just communication, every aspect of it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. This has been such a gift.
Thank you.
Oh, someone said, thank you. I was only able to tune for a little bit, but this contributed so much to me and my body. That was Carolyn. She's so grateful too. I think we're all grateful for you, Isha. Could you please,
Grateful for you guys.
would you please let people know how to find you?
Yes, my name is Isha Bawa. It's ISHABAWA. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me, my email ID is ishabawa29@gmail. I'll put that in the chat. ishabawa29@gmail.com. Let's put it out. Okay, there.
Great.
Yes,
Thank you
that's
so
me.
much. Okay. So we're gonna spin a wheel and someone's gonna win 15 minutes with you with this beautiful woman.
Oh, yay!
We're excited.
How did I get so lucky?
It changed the mute button. I had issues. All right. You guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited. By the 12th one, I might have this synced. Lourdes Guzman wins 15 minutes.
Yay!
Yay! So again,
How
Isha,
much time did we have? Yes.
Hi, she was here. She's here. She don't speak English very well. She speak a little bit.
Hi.
And that's Rebecca. Rebecca's another facilitator who speaks Spanish. She will help. She said, I love how the Right Body for You facilitators jump in and assist each other.
Totally, I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So grateful for all of you. She says, oh, yes. Amazing. So everyone, thank you so much. We're going to take a little pause again, and we will be coming right back at the top of the hour with, Soren will be here. So stick around if you'd like to. We'd love to have you stay. And you can pop in and out all day if you'd like. See you in a little bit.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
So
you, guys.
Thank you, Isha.
but the Zoom will continue. Thank you, Isha. You were brilliant.
Thank you for having me.